Hey there guys, welcome to Friday, welcome to another time-lapse here on the channel. Going to be working on a Perry the Platypus time-lapse this week, and just going to put a white background on the canvas there first. 5 strips is all it takes. Even for the larger canvases, it usually only takes 5 strips. So there's the image there. I'm using the aqua color duct tape, and it actually fits the image perfectly. It's almost exactly the same color as Perry here, so it definitely works out pretty well for that. It's definitely one of the closest color matching parts I've ever gotten for making an image here, or a time-lapse. So going over that entire image now, not using any HD clear packaging tape to hold it down because it's kind of a giant image. It's pretty rounded, pretty simple to cut out, so I didn't need any packaging tape or anything like that to cut it out. So there's the one piece there. And I'm actually going to be using a little bit of permanent marker towards the end here. I know I've been using the permanent marker in the past 2 weeks here, and this will probably be the last time that I use it, but it definitely comes in handy when I'm using it to kind of highlight some of the borders around the image here. So there's his tail, and I could use orange, but I end up using orange for his beak, or his, I guess it's called his beak. So as you can see there, so I decided to use the beige for his tail. And the bright orange is probably the closest color to his beak here. So cutting that out now, and at one point here I kind of applied his whole body a little bit farther to the left than I should have. As you can tell, his beak's gonna kind of hang over the side there, so I reapplied it so that it's a little bit farther to the right. I kind of printed out the whole image a little bit bigger than it should have been, but that's alright, so I can just barely fit it on that 8x10 canvas sheet. So there's 2 eyes, and I'm going to cut out the black portions here and just apply these together. It almost looks like he's cross-eyed when he's when he's looking, but he just looks like an unsuspecting platypus, which is obviously his goal. So we got those 2 eyes on there. A little bit of gleam, so you can see where his eyes are. Like I said, they're kind of just like in 2 different directions here. So finding out exactly where to stick it here. And I think at this point I moved the whole thing over a little bit, and you can see it looks a lot better. Cutting out a little bit of his hair for the spikes here, and then the rest of it should actually be using for the permanent marker. That'll be the rest of the time-lapse here. So cutting that out, I just have to apply that towards the top over here, and then I'm going to start using the permanent marker. So here we go. This is a little bit tricky because if you aren't using the permanent marker on kind of a border between the tape and the background surface, there's kind of a lip there which allows you to kind of trace it a lot easier. If you're working on just applying it right onto the tape, it's very difficult to get like a perfectly straight line unless you like really go with it really carefully. So it definitely takes a little bit of doing here. So just tracing all the way around here, giving a little bit of contrast. Is kind of what a cartoon animator would do. All of the cartoon characters have these little lines to kind of differentiate them from the backgrounds. There's his mouth, obviously. I'm going to work on applying the rest out around his eye. And I did mess up on this one part, kind of right about there. You can tell I came a little bit over than I should have. But I'm just going to use like just wet a paper towel, and you can kind of just rub off the permanent marker. It comes right off. There's a kind of waffle pattern for his tail. Now I have to kind of work on his leg there, do a little bit of the side there. There is his arm, and that will pretty much wrap up this time lapse. So hopefully you guys liked the video, and there you are, Perry. So hopefully you guys liked it, and I'll catch you next time on the channel. That's a Perry the Platypus time lapse painting. So catch you next time.